Hey everyone, so as everyone and their mothers in the commentary sphere knows by now, Swan has returned with a new video called Gus Johnson Trial by Twitter. Now the reason why he's been off the internet is because he got driven off for being caught in a lie. So essentially the rundown of the situation that got him off the internet is that he had direct involvement with a Google Doc with a girl who talked to Cammy, who's a small YouTuber, bigger than me of course, and John manipulated her words and her testimony to create false allegations against Cammy. Now, originally John claimed that he did not have any direct involvement with the Google Doc. However, later it was shown that not only did he have direct involvement, but he also basically suggested the idea to the girl. I'm linking Harley TBS's video in the description so you can get a better understanding what I mean, as I feel like they talk about it better than I could ever. So throughout John's video, he makes comments that can be completely linked or also could be subtle references to his situation, and I feel like it's kind of almost obvious in some senses. I'm going to go through a few and explain why this could be a reference and how it's hypocritical of John to do this. So at 29 minutes and 10 seconds, he talks about Gus presenting a lot of claims that obviously don't have any evidence to back them up, so you pretty much have to trust Gus's word. John says, "I understand his frustration about something from his perspective was an intentional attempt to damage his career." So, first things first. John made claims that you only had to trust this word on, as he did not have any proof to back him up, such as no involvement with the doc. That was disproven. He was proven to have direct involvement and also literally convinced the girl to make it. Then I understand his frustration about something that was, from his perspective, a intentional attempt to damage his career. John's malicious actions were an intentional attempt to damage the career of Cammy. There was no debating that. That was intentional, and if it wasn't, John wouldn't have got involved as much as he did. So that statement right there is completely hypocritical, as he intentionally tried to damage the career of someone else. And I feel like that is something that he needs to be held accountable for. At around this time up here, I did not catch this originally as of writing my script. Craig Beckett did, so full props to him for catching this. I am putting it up here so you can read what he said. So John said that he doesn't like to judge the validity of allegations without evidence. Now this is exactly what John did in a sense. John took a situation and manipulated it to his own liking. The evidence that the girl had was actually completely contradicting what John said, and such and so forth, because the girl literally had like a general friendly, healthy, you could say, talks and stuff, and something that is echoed in Harley TBS's videos that Cammy was like, "Is this okay?" and stuff like that. So what John's saying there is slightly hypocritical, as he judged a situation, found a situation that he could manipulate and take grasp of, and use it as an intentional attempt to damage someone's career. From 26 minutes 55 seconds until roughly 27 minutes 34 seconds, you can read what John said up here, as it's pretty long. John said all this. "John, didn't you edit things that weren't true or fair? Didn't you purposely twist a girl's words into saying something that is completely unfair on the girl and Cammy because it wasn't true? And didn't you use that so that people could draw conclusions that weren't true nor fair because it was malicious against Cammy. John talks about how how Nick could be biased when really, John, weren't you biased? Biased against Cammy? You talk about how Nick edited stuff and framed things in a way that is biased, but John, you did the exact same thing and was proven to have done so. So isn't it, slightly hypocritical of you? And also, the statement that John made, basically saying that Nick framed things doesn't make him, in a biased way, doesn't make him a bad person. Isn't that referencing John? Are you trying to say that you framing a situation in a completely untrue and malicious way doesn't make you a bad person? Framing things in the most biased way you could doesn't make you a bad person? I'm just saying. John, you're sounding slightly hypocritical. And to talk about other things, it's kind of like the video topic, in my opinion, is a sympathy card. Twitter trial by Twitter. John, the entire thing in the situation wasn't completely on Twitter. A lot of it was on streams and videos. But your situation, yeah, you got completely torn apart by Twitter, then YouTube, as people start discovering the truth, and so far and so forth. So, I don't think that was the best video to make, considering that, John, you haven't addressed your situation, you haven't come forth and said, yes, I did this, I lied, so on and so forth. Maybe if you did that, you'd have some respect in the commentary community. But the fact that you maliciously try to ruin a person's career, and then you come back without addressing it properly, acting like, oh, people accept me, and plus on your comments, you have blacklisted the word Cammy. Because you knew people were like, where's the apology to Cammy? Where are you going to address the situation with Cammy? So, John, you're manipulating the narrative once again. And maybe it's time to stop being a hypocrite. Thank you all for watching this. Goodbye. I'm going back to studying.